Yo, you Warhammer players, and welcome to the YAWP, the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the Inland Northwest. Your hosts are me, Jeremy, All Day 40k Nakano, and Joey, Bedingfield Painting Bedingfield. How we doing, Joey?
Doing pretty well.
Excellent. You can find me on TikTok, him on Instagram, and otherwise. Oh, as always, we'd like to mention our partner, Baron of Dice, and here is a word from our sponsor.
Ha! Bad roll. That's okay. Because I'm having more fun than you ever do. Even when I roll ones. How do I get you to shut up? Go to Baron of Dice and then buy some dice so that your army is this lame. Then let me take your sister out. What?
Yeah, we did it.
So, Joey, you've done no hobby recently, right?
Well, that's not true. I have done hobby. I just don't have hobby to show.
What have you been working on?
I have been working on, I'm painting one of the tables that Dale needed for Jingle Bombs. So I'm working on knocking out a set of terrain.
Excellent. Is he close or good on getting all his terrain painted then?
Yeah, there was like 3 tables, and it was like, I know he did one of them. There was a handful, right? He did one, I'm doing one, and he had Aaron do one.
Okay. And we're only going to need 20 tables, right?
22.
22 is 44 person tournament?
Yeah, we went up to 44.
Excellent. Well, that's awesome. I'm super excited about it. And that's in the second week of December.
Yes. Yeah, it is the weekend directly following Slaneshwas.
Which is an event we are both going to, which is very exciting.
That is true. So that's 2 events in a row that I will be going to.
Yeah, look at you. That hasn't happened all year, right?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever been to back-to-back GTs.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Luckily, they're both local, so you could do it. And it makes sense because you've been with your wife for like forever.
Yep. 12 years, so it's not a problem.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have been working on or finishing up a Wolfguard battle leader, and he's turned out pretty good, or he turned out pretty good.
Got to keep escalating.
Yeah. So here we are. The blend on the shield here isn't my favorite bit. He looks a little bit like Donald Sutherland. But this is what I'm proud of right here.
Yeah.
This cloak. Oh, I love it. Putting in, so I directly stole from advice from Jaden, of course. And he had recently done a very bright cloak in this bluish tint. And put in the red, and that just like made it sing. So I didn't quite get to the level that he's capable of, but it was
fairly
close.
Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, and I think this was really fun. I got some texture in with the brush, and I think that this bit sealed it. Because initially I had painted it so that it was like lines effectively in each of these little sections, rather than this big chunk being like painted out, which when I kept looking at it was the real problem. So it took a multitude of steps. But yeah, that's what I worked on. I still have 3 more Thunderwolf Cav that I'm very close to finishing. I accidentally fingertipped one of the water bases, and it's got a little divot in it now. Luckily, it's one of the ones where it's not super obvious where it's at. So I'll live. Anyway, that's my Wolfguard battle leader, and that's his beautiful cloak. So
hell yeah,
very excited to continue painting up these Space Wolves, as they are the best things I've painted yet. And that always feels good to say. All right. Any other little bits to talk about, events-wise, games-wise, hobby-wise?
I'm playing my first new Codex Drukari game tomorrow, so we can talk about that next week.
That's super exciting. Yes, so next week we're going to be talking about the new Space Marine detachments, the new Drukari book, and we'll not just do Man Reads Codex. We'll try to pick and choose some more like valuable like some really good insights rather than because there's so many other podcasts that just read the whole book. So try to find some good insights there for you rather than just getting through it. But today, folks, we're mailing it in. We're doing a tier list today, but specifically on army rules for every faction in Warhammer. Now, we are basing it off of 4 specific categories as to how they're going to achieve their rank. Those, the qualifiers / categories or whatever, are going to be number 1 is how well does it represent the army itself? So, does it thematically fit? Is it a competitive rule? Important. Does it interact well with its detachments, or is it just kind of there? And did it need to be changed at any point? So we'll talk about how drastic was the index change, if at all, and then if it changed during the lifespan of its codex, then it's an automatic, probably like a negative on it, effectively. So let's get to it. I have this lovely tier list that I found. Did it?
Oh my gosh, we found it.
We found it. It's a tier list making machine.
That's it.
There we go. So, let's see here. Joey, if you would do me the favor of navigating us through our show doc so that we can just kind of go bit by bit and we'll line 'em
Absolutely.
up.
I can do that.
Excellent. Thank
All
you,
right.
buddy.
Yeah. All right. So are these you got these things in what are they? Are they in alphabetical order? Nope.
They're in whatever order.
Them things is random as hell.
At the bottom here, absolutely. But they should be alphabetic. Oh, no, it was like, it doesn't matter. We'll
Yeah.
just go.
No,
through.
okay. That's fine. Okay. Cool. So who are we looking at first?
Well, top of the list. Actually, you know what? We'll it's easier to pick from the pictures down here. So let's talk about Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns. All right. So I've got our, here we are. I have our show doc, and then I also have my Warhammer app open.
Perfect.
So we can talk about.
You know what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this row, and we have the 4 qualifiers, and depending on how many qualifiers it meets is how we're going to make our way up.
Perfect. Works for me.
Excellent.
All right. So Thousand Suns army rule is Cabal of Sorcerers.
Magics.
It's magic. It's the not psychic phase. So they get their little psychic rituals, and they roll dice to
make them happen.
Make them go off.
Yes.
And that's it.
And
that's what it is.
The index version of it was way too good.
The index version of it was very good. Yes.
So the index version was way too good, and then the book version was good, but by no means was it crazy.
Well, they did, like, there was index,
yeah,
and then they nerfed it.
That's right,
because it was too good, and then now the codex one is completely different. Not completely; it's the same concept. It's different.
Yes.
So here first we have: does it represent the army? Does it feel like Thousand Suns?
I believe that it does. They get a psychic phase, and no one else does.
Right.
So,
yes. They get a psychic phase. They have to have a psyker model, and each in rubric squads, only the sergeants are psychers, not technically the whole unit, which is thematically accurate. So I think it does a pretty good job of representing the army on the table.
Yes. Would you say that it is competitive today?
In a vacuum, yes, but it's not even close to what it was.
Yeah, I do believe it hits the base qualifier of being a competitive rule, and I think that it's still fine.
It is useful. It is a thing that you will use in every game. It impacts the game. It is good. It's just not nearly what it was before. But yes, I think it meets the baseline of what we would say. Okay. Is it competitive?
All right. So it's a competitive attachment. It fits the theme really well. It has been changed a multitude of times. And then what was our 4th category?
Our 4th one is does it interact with the detachments?
I don't know if it actually does. I think it's just its own thing, right?
It is, in fact, its own thing. It does not interact with the detachments specifically at all. There are like detachments that have enhancements that interact with it, but the detachment rules don't interact with the army rule.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So it meets 2 of them, which puts it into a B in our tier list here for our stuff. So,
Based off of what we are looking at. Yeah.
yeah. This is a really wonky way to do it.
Well, it's a wild way to do it.
I can't wait. I hope someone posts this and people are like, "What the hell?"
I think that we can lay all these out using our 4 qualifiers and then potentially go back in and look at them and go, okay, well, this one is better than X, right?
Yeah. Okay, we can do that. We do left to right
So,
on that.
yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so next up is Adeptus Mechanicus, an army that
Adeptus
you recently
Mechanicus.
picked up.
It is. It is one of the armies I recently picked up.
Yeah.
So does it represent the army?
Well, what is the army rule first?
Yeah, so the army rule is your Doctrina imperatives. So you can pick one, which is Protector. So you get heavy, you get +1 ballistic skill, and you're -1 to hit in combat if you're close to battle line. Or you can pick Assault +1. I'm sorry, the first one was +1 ballistic skill. You can pick Assault +1 weapon skill, or +1 AP if you're close to battle line. So thematically, it's which you pick at the start of every battle round. So thematically, it's this constantly adapting machine to the situation that is unfolding. So I would say yes. I don't think that it's like it does represent the army mechanically / thematically. I don't think it's exciting in any way, but it is what AdMech would do.
Yeah, I agree. Just the mechanical shifts between what is most necessary at the time makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Okay, so that it meets at least the first moniker. So that's good. Is it a competitive rule?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Being able to choose, even if you knock off the third, don't even look at the third section of each rule, which is the being close to battle line. Just saying, I get +1 ballistic skill for my entire army and all of my guns are heavy. Or I get +1 weapon skill for my entire army and all of my guns are assault is pretty wild.
Yeah. And it's crazy that the army rule itself is actually good and they've been so bad for so long. Just a wild thing to me.
Yeah,
So
it is. It's pretty crazy.
it meets the second brief of being a good rule.
It does, yeah.
How about its detachment interaction?
Detachment interaction. There's one detachment that specifically interacts with that rule.
And that would be the Halo Screed, right?
No, Halo Screed does not interact with that. Halo
I thought
Screed
it did.
is a separate buff.
Never mind. Okay.
Which one is it? I may have lied.
Okay. So we can safely say that it doesn't interact with its attachments well by any measure.
It looks like it does not interact with them. Cool.
Now the last question is have they received changes to the rule itself?
Yes. There's a heavy question mark on that because I'm new to them and nobody played them around me before, so I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it was heavily changed in any way.
No.
I could certainly be wrong, but I don't think that it was.
Yeah, I think the problem with Mechanicus is it's just the only issue they've had is they've suffered from their data sheets, but objectively everything that they've designed has been flavorfully and like just correct. So it meets 3 of the briefs, so it lands in the A.
Yeah. I am going to be honest. I don't know, and maybe we'll find it, I'm sure, but I'm not 100% sure if any army rule interacts directly with detachments, but we'll see.
Maybe we should change it to, does the detachment and the army rule, like, are the detachments functionally working? Like, do they
Like,
combine?
do they enhance the army rule, or is the army rule just a thing that exists?
Yeah. Is it a standalone army rule, or does it actually interact with the detachments to the point where it's just like, oh, it's kind of like stacking effects, like genuinely stacking effects?
Yeah, that's fair. So let's see. I would say,
Because in that case, it interacts heavily with Halo Screen, right?
yes, yeah. AdMech does interact, like, it is. AdMech is very much like stacking effects.
Yeah.
That like,
The army rule is more or
yeah.
less, it's a combat buff of some kind, which most rules are to a degree, most. And it aligns really well with the AdMech general rule set of trying to enhance these generally bad data sheets. So, all right, they work together well enough. Eldari's next.
Eldari is next. Man, this one's different.
So we know that they are themed incredibly well.
They're themed pretty okay. Yeah. No, they're themed. Yes, they are themed very well. There is a rule that will interact with every section of the lore that you are trying to hit.
Excellent. They are all competitive rules for the most part. So the army rule itself is actually quite competitive from a
and this is, to our dear listeners, this is in a vacuum, right? So we are not looking at mission or opponent's army or player skill or anything like that. It is just, are these rules in black and white deemed competitive?
Yes. I mean, Star Engines, turn off Overwatch, right? This is the army rule for all the elves.
Yeah.
You have 4
Extra
options,
movement,
some tokens. You get to do a bunch of cool
Yeah.
stuff. It did need to be shifted heavily away from Fate Dice because Fate Dice is a really bad mechanic from like a competitive game standpoint. So it did not meet that brief of needing whether it changed or not. And I feel that of any detachment, it interacts with perfection with all of its detachments.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is one of the most cohesive mixes between the army rule and the detachment.
Yeah, it's designed very well.
It is designed very, very well. And I will say that technically, based off of our like our descriptions, it hasn't been changed because it's battle focus, and previously it was Strands of Fate. And Strands of Fate was Miracle Dice, or not Miracle Dice, Jesus, was Fate Dice. And then now there's no Fate Dice, and it's not Strands of Fate anymore. It's called Battle Focus, a completely different rule. Battle Focus has not changed.
Gotcha. Okay. I think it lives perfectly in the slot where it's gotten up 3 spaces. We're moving on to Imperial Agents, who, from my understanding, don't have an army rule.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked.
I don't think they do.
So here we go. Codex. Army rule. Assigned agents. If your army is agents of the Imperium, then in the select detachment step, you select one of the available detachments from the publication as normal. What?
Yeah, they don't have an
That's
army
just
rule.
what you do. Oh my god. Okay, so it's the whole, their army rule is the retinue thing of like, so your army faction is not agents of the, oh no, that's if. Yeah, they don't have an army rule.
They don't have an army rule. So they just go in our last tier. I had to reinsert the trash.
Their army rule is a rule that tells you how to soup them.
Cool. I'm glad they have a codex for this book. Jesus Christ.
Me too. I'm so glad they have a codex for this book.
So awful. All right.
It's so cool.
I'm sorry, Imperial Agents players. Maybe next edition. Maybe.
I'm sorry, Imperial Agent player.
What? All 9 of you.
God, yeah. Is it competitive? It can't be. It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Is it thematic? I guess. Doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah, this is terrible, Phil.
Whatever.
The fact that they made that a codex is a crime, and I hate
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty rough.
They're just trying to get rid of all the old Grey Knight stuff, I think.
Maybe, but then they went and made that book good.
Apparently. It is so good right
Yeah.
now.
It's pretty good. It's pretty hot right now.
It just hits this meta really nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next is the Templars of Color.
The Templars of Color, who have, of all the colors mixed together.
Yeah. Who are Space Marines but don't have that rule.
Yeah. So they have their own army rule.
They do.
Which is, for the most part, fine. You only pick 2. So it's 50% good, which is +1 to wound, which you pick 92% of the time. And then there's one where you get extra OC in that rare circumstance where you need to out OC like guard, I guess. In which case you're melee pressure and you just run through them anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, their army rule, is it like thematically there? Yes, it's thematically well designed.
Absolutely.
So it's at least in C tier.
Yeah,
it is.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say yes. It is very thematic. Like even like the name of each of the vowels and the rule that it gives coincide pretty well. So
yeah, is it a competitive rule? Yes.
Yeah. See, this is where things are gonna change because like this is where we're gonna come later and have to do the right or left shift because we say yes, it is competitive, but this one is more competitive.
Yeah, it's effectively +1 to wound.
Right.
So cool.
And I mean it's adapting, like it's adaptive. You aren't locked into anything. You choose based off of who you're playing against, so that's cool. So yeah.
Okay. So it's
does it interact with the detachments? No.
I mean, it's just +1 to wound, and I think all the Space Marines kind of suffer from this.
Right.
Which is
well,
just
and that's the same.
It's just a pure combat buff. There's nothing to it.
Right. Well, and aren't Black Templars still just running GTF?
Yeah, and they're playing not even their detachment.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
So it does not meet that brief in the slide.
Cool. It has not been changed in the Codex supplement.
So that's cool. Good for them. But they were changed away from Oath of Moment.
That's true. They did lose Oath of Moment.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep it B because army rule wise, like it's competitive, fine, but like it just feels lacking.
Yeah. I think when we get to left or right, it's probably the bottom of competitive.
I think so as well. Like +1 to wound in melee for melee units only.
Yeah.
Like, good.
Okay.
All right, Blood Angels, which are just Space Marines, effectively. It's Oath of Moment.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that is literally, like, that is, I don't even know if we need them on there because they are the same as...
Yeah, they're the same as everybody.
They have the army rule of Space Marines, and then they just have different attachments.
So what we'll do is we'll just...
Which, so do Space Wolves, right? They don't have a different army rule.
Yeah, none of them. Everyone has the same army rule. Space Marines-wise. So Space Marines, we'll talk about.
Yeah. Boom, Space Marines.
All right. So regardless of your Space Marine chapter, as long as you're not a Templar of color, then...
Or Grey Knight.
Or Grey Knight.
Well, they're not Space Marines, I guess.
Not really, no. So does Oath of Moment represent Space Marines well? I believe...
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why is that?
I think rerolling hits is the most boring and phoned in thing that they could have possibly done.
You're not wrong. It is a purely competitive advantage. That's all.
Yes. It is incredibly competitive from the fact, like, we are playing a dice game and you are rolling more dice than me.
Yes.
So yes, highly competitive rule. I don't think it represents Space Marines.
You know, I think if anything, it represents Ultramarines, but that's it. Because Ultramarines are all about pointing and shooting forever, right?
But Ultramarines rule used to be better leadership.
Which is awful. Man, can you imagine if that was their rule? Nobody would have ever played them.
No. No, they wouldn't.
Okay, so it doesn't represent the army, and that's fine. I'll agree with you. But it is uber competitive, so we've hit the first marker. Great. Does it interact with all of its detachments well? I mean, without Oath of Moment, we would be trash.
I guess, yeah, but I feel like that's an army problem, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Did it need to be changed? Yeah, it got +1 to wound.
It did. It got +1 to wound, specifically for a subset of groups. Initially, all with some T's and C's. In the index, it was reroll hits, reroll wounds. It was nerfed on codex release to just reroll hits, and then was subsequently changed to +1 to wound, and then subsequently changed again specifically for those that don't have special units. Yeah, it's a B rule mostly because it's just phoned in.
Yeah, it's super phoned in. Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's where I go with that one. My God, Chaos Knights.
The boys.
Chaos Knights. Their army rule is Harbingers of Dread. It's a
what does
table.
It do?
It's a table of 6 different things. At the start of the battle, you pick one, and it's active, and then you pick one on turn 3, and you pick one on turn 5.
Okay. I've only been around for a couple editions.
Yeah.
It was the exact same rule in 9th edition, for the table.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Does it represent Chaos Knights well? I don't know if it does.
I mean, I guess, right? Like I don't know. If you look at the names of them, potentially.
Sure, but then if we did that, then Oath of Moment works for Space Marine. It is a complex rule. It is a unique rule. So those are good positives for it. But as far as actual Chaos Knights in and of themselves, you do get to make decisions. Like maybe if there was a chaotic element involved of if these conditions were not met, then you follow this path, or if these conditions are met, you follow this path. Maybe then it would be a bit more thematic, but I'm not sure if it is.
That's fair. I think the hard thing with that too, and I'm gonna say the same thing about Imperial Knights and I guess not Custodes anymore. The story has progressed a little bit, but Chaos Knights, Grey Knights, from a thematic standpoint, are not mustering full armies.
No.
So creating an army that feels like them is tough.
It is.
Because it shouldn't be that way. I do think it's competitive.
It is. It's very competitive.
I do think that it is useful enough that the various detachments will utilize it in different ways.
Agreed.
And
it mostly didn't need to be changed much, right? It's pretty similar, isn't it?
Again, honestly don't remember.
It was on turn 3, specific rules would kick in, not a choice.
And now it's at the start of the game, and previously it was on turn 3, on turn 5, and just the way that Knights operated, like by that time it didn't matter.
Yeah, most of the
because either they were dead or you were.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so what was the verdict on does it represent the army well?
Mixed.
We'll I'm going to give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just didn't meet the 4th one, which was that it did need to be changed. Okay. All right, let's hop into CSM. CSM have perhaps my favorite army rule.
I will say super thematic.
Super thematic across the board. Very
super
cool.
duper thematic.
Yeah, I love the CSM rules. I don't want to play CSM, but I love their rules.
That's fair. It's Chaos Pacts. You hurt yourself, pledge yourself to the Dark Gods to get benefits. That's sick.
Yeah, you potentially take a couple wounds of damage, 1 to 3 wounds of damage if you fail the leadership test, but it goes off every time, which I think is a very it's good in that sense. Before, when penalties came after, it felt a little overwhelming at times.
It was really good.
But now there's that situation where you've got a wound left on that Hellbrute or whatever, and you're like, maybe
yeah,
not.
or you have a wound left, or you're 1 or 2 wounds away from bracketing or whatever
Yeah.
that
So
you think about not doing it now.
exactly. So overall
I do think
thematic rule,
it's
yes.
I do think it's competitive.
I think it's extremely competitive. I feel that CSM is so underplayed as a faction. Um, it is so good. It's so people. I
Very
wish
good
it's amazing. Like Liam VSL tells us that every year at LGT.
every time, every time. Um, it's useful with its detachments,
Agreed. I think
and it was changed.
so. It doesn't go up the last one, and it only took a very small change. One
That's
incredibly
correct.
tiny change, which is the order.
It took.
That's it.
Yep,
So
it's a timing change.
I'm gonna
Everything is the
say that
same. It's just it's a timing change.
yeah, I'm gonna say that it was the perfectly designed army rule to this point.
Whoa. Oh, to this point. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on everything that we reviewed so far, in my
Yeah.
opinion, it is the perfect army rule because it only needed one timing change versus having a truly mechanical change.
That's fair. I'll give you that. Yeah. Hey, you're not going to hear me argue that much about chaos stuff. So, Custodes,
The
the
Golden
bananas
Boys.
themselves,
So they get their karates.
karate. They have karate. Yeah, they
It's
have
like
karate.
+1. It's like sustained hits or lethal hits, right?
It's sustained or lethal. Yeah.
Okay. And they just get to choose.
and
There's
it's
no roll.
correct. They just get to choose, and it's only in melee.
And it's only in melee.
It's only in melee.
What an underwhelming.
It is very underwhelming.
Does it even match the army of what they do?
I mean, like they're supposed to be like the best fighters ever, so yes. But they're also kind of like the best at everything. Like that's their whole point.
Yeah.
And so I wish I wish there was a third one and you could
Yeah.
do shooting.
I agree. Like if they had a shooting bonus of some kind with their martial katas, then then yes, it would be a very good rule. It is.
Yeah, because right now they have a handful, not a ton, but they have a couple of very strong shooting units and zero ability to help them.
Yeah, and I don't think you give the benefit to the vehicles. You give the benefit only to infantry, and you give them either a melee buff or a shooting buff, and you make them incredibly better.
Or you like they could even say infantry models, infantry and mounted, so that the bikes have it, right?
Agreed. Yes.
You say infantry and mounted gets the melee options, and then vehicles get the shooting option.
Okay. Yeah, I think that could be fair.
That would be fine.
I've never felt their shooting needs any help, though, to be fair.
No, it doesn't. That's just the reality of hitting on twos. I think it is weird, right? Because like right now we have dreadnoughts that know karate for some reason. So
yeah,
that's weird.
A little bit. It needs a change, but it hasn't received changes as far as I can remember.
Not in the codex.
No.
So no.
Okay.
Not even this edition. Like I'm remembering old stuff.
All right. Do you feel that katas are competitive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're competitive. Just because it's a straight combat buff.
It's a straight combat buff on things that are already very good at combat, and it just their math is already so good because they're hitting on twos. But then it fixes their math, and so you go, yeah, I've only got 20 dudes on the table, but I'll just go sustained.
Yeah.
I'll just go sustained against all your billion dudes, or I'll just go lethal against knights, and I don't care.
Yeah.
So
okay. So it meets the brief of being competitive. It represents the army to a degree.
Yes. It represents the army well enough.
Well enough. Okay, so it meets the brief. Does it interact with its detachments?
Yes. Because I think you always want it, right?
I mean, it feels just kind of like an extra piece.
I do think it is just an extra piece, but that's also the same as like Oath of Moment's just an extra piece, right?
Yeah, Oath of Moment is just an extra bit. So
Okay. Yeah, so I don't think it interacts with anything any better than Oath of Moment does.
no, then we'll say it doesn't meet that brief.
Okay.
Did it
It
need to
has
be
not been
changed?
changed.
It has not been changed. So it actually moves up.
Whoa.
Whoa! And
I mean, to be fair, it's the same as CSM, except it's only fighting, but they don't have to take a test for it. They just get it.
yeah, and I like the fact that with CSM there's a drawback.
Yeah, because it's a very chaosy that like, yeah, you'll get what you want, but sometimes you get hurt too.
Yeah.
So.
And Custodes just getting it feels whack when you compare it. But it's much less dudes, so fine.
It is much less dudes.
It didn't need to be changed. It's there. It is an A-list army rule. Wow.
Boom. Nailed it.
Look at him go.
Look
All
at
right,
him
let's
go.
talk
They're
about
killing it.
the demons.
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 The actual perfectly designed army rule.
I agree that it is pretty close to perfect. Because it represents the army great.
It feels exactly like what Chaos Demons should feel like.
So talk about the army rule.
Right. So it is the Shadow of Chaos. It is a buff to you and simultaneously a debuff to your opponent for your deployment zone, and then No Man's Land and your opponent's deployment zone if you control half or more of the objectives in those areas.
It's such a good army rule that they started basing detachments on.
Exactly. It is such a good army rule that they have given it to other armies in the form of detachments.
Yes.
It is so good.
It is great. It is a very competitive rule as well.
It is a very competitive rule. We go up another step.
Let's go.
It has not been changed.
Nope. It has not been changed. It hasn't needed to be changed. It's amazing.
And not all of them, but the detachments do care about it.
They do. So it's yet another perfect
It is
detachment.
yet another perfect detachment.
Turns
maybe
out they nailed chaos to the ground.
Maybe the perfect army.
Yeah, it's up there. It is close.
I love it so much.
Yeah, it's very good. Because it's not just a combat buff. Like, it does so many cool thematic things. Yeah, it's cool.
Now, and that's the thing, right, is that there are detachments that make it a combat buff because they add to it.
Right.
But
giving you
by
6-inch deep strikes and all.
Giving you 6-inch deep strikes, giving you reroll wounds if they're battle shocked or whatever, right? Like the detachments do care about it.
And units create it. Like, yeah, it's good.
It's so good. I love it so much. I love it so much.
All right. Let's talk about Death Guard.
Let's talk about Death Guard.
So, does it represent the army? Yes. Almost too well.
They're stinky.
Stinky boys.
Big stinky.
Gonna put these in.
Yeah, I just put them in Space Marines. All right, so, it represents the army.
Like perfectly. Like, hey, I'm leaving all my crap everywhere, get sick, be debuffed. Like, it all makes sense.
Get shit on, literally.
Yeah. Speaking of getting shit on, is it competitive?
Yeah.
You bet your ass it's competitive.
Turns out it's competitive.
It's very good.
Just put it in S, man. The detachments care about it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
It hasn't been changed.
No, no, not really. I mean, no, it has gotten changes.
What?
Remember they changed the entirety of it, like to give it actually interesting like ways to affect things.
Yeah, but that's okay. You're from index to codex. Yes, it was changed.
Yeah, like considerably. So
okay. All right.
Yeah. So it's an A.
All right. It's an A.
Yeah. It'll probably be at the top of A, but it's an A. Oh boy. Next up is our Drukhari.
Our Deathwatch.
Oh, Deathwatch are also Oath of Moment.
Yeah, because theirs is kill teams, which is whatever. Drukhari. It's power from pain.
Power from pain.
It is up there. I'm trying to think. Now I have to look at what other armies are to come here.
So
It
what
is
is the rule? What is the pain token rule?
okay. So pain tokens, um, it is different now, kind of, right? It's different in how you use them and a little bit on when you get them, but you get tokens when your opponent fails battle shock tests and when your opponent's units die.
Okay. So that's where the power from pain comes from. Do you get
That's where the
one when
power
you
from
lose a
pain.
unit?
No,
Interesting.
no. So now, you get one at the start of each of your command phases.
Okay, so that's the way it works now.
That's the way it works now. And then you get one for every enemy unit destroyed and every enemy unit that fails a battle shock test.
Gotcha. Okay.
With some T's and C's on other units, but like racks don't give you one for them dying anymore.
Yes.
Uh,
Each unit
yeah,
has
and
its
then
own ability that is associated with.
correct.
When before it was just a combat.
It was a phase buff. So before it was just a phase buff, it did the same thing all the time
Gotcha. It
for
was
any
like
unit during the phase.
it was like rerolls in AP or something.
Yeah, so it was reroll hits in the shooting phase, reroll hits and +1 AP in the fight phase, reroll advances, and reroll charges.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what it was.
So it has seen changes.
It has seen significant change. Every unit has a different ability now.
Excellent.
So
and they're all very cool.
They are all very cool. I will say that it is, luckily, they did not FAQ it. They just put it in the rule. For once, they thought about it and they did something smart and they just put it in the rule. If you have a leader and you empower the leader, the unit being led also is empowered.
Shit.
So they have different abilities, but if you only have to use one token and everything in the unit is activated.
Sounds very competitive.
It is very, I think it is very competitive. It is very complex, but it is very competitive because all the rules are very good.
That's what we should have based that fourth category was complexity.
Ooh.
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
Anyway, so
Anywho.
Does it interact with the detachments well, do you think?
Yes. Yes, it does. And it does feel very Drukari.
Excellent.
They are hurting you or scaring you, and then they are taking that energy to make themselves better.
Perfect.
So.
All right. But it did need significant changes, and
I don't think
it's in the A.
That's the thing, is that I don't think it needed change, but it got it.
Right. And that probably had more to do with just fatigue from index.
Possibly. And I'm not opposed to how it was changed.
Right.
It is more complex, and so now there's a lot of stuff that needs to get learned.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
So.
Okay. Solid A then. Boy, the Gene Stealer cults.
Man, I don't want to talk about these guys.
No, not really.
They're so weird. Okay, so let's start it in trash because it's been changed like 17 times.
They just can't get it right.
They cannot figure it out. I will say that its current iteration feels
the best.
Definitely the best. It is very thematic.
Yep. Up to C.
So cool. It is very competitive.
Yes, it is.
And without it, the army wouldn't work. So yeah, the detachments care about it.
Yep. Yep. It's just they've just haven't been able to nail to the floor for so long, and it's gone through so many iterations that you just can't trust it. Like every army, for the most part, you could trust that the rules aren't going to shift too much. But with GSC, like all it takes is proof to have a good weekend, and it's just like, here it comes.
Like it's legitimately, if you are a GSC player, you would be in the right if you were worried that your army rule was going to change whenever every single data slate comes out. That every time you go, oh man, we should be getting a data slate this week. I hope I don't have to learn new rules again.
Right.
So much.
It's every 6 months they change.
It's crazy. It's insane.
All right. To our next S tier faction. I'm pretty sure this is an S tier faction. But Grey Knights.
Oh my God.
The Grey Knights? Their rule represents their army perfectly. because of
Yeah.
teleporting around. That's what they do. That's what they've always done, and they're so good at it.
I will also say, same as they're in the same boat as demons, their army rule is so good that they had to give it to other people.
Exactly. Yeah, it's such a cool rule that other other armies have access to it where it makes sense.
Yep. It's one of my teammates plays Grey Knights, and that's like the thing he complains about the most is that they had it first and now everybody else just gets it too. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It is a competitive
thematically
rule.
it is very competitive. Good God, it's competitive.
Yeah, it's so strong.
Thematically, yeah.
So good. Yeah, it's just right on.
And yeah, you won it, so go ahead. And it didn't get changed.
It didn't get changed. It interacts with all its detachments perfectly. Grey Knights is the best Imperial faction as far as army rules go because it's so fucking rad.
It didn't get changed
one bit, one
at
iota.
At all.
And I
it
think
is
that's
like exact wording from index to codex.
Yeah, and I think that's a great lesson that GW can probably take, which is stop with all the crazy combat buffs and maybe just do cool movement stuff instead.
Everybody likes movement stuff.
Yeah. Do cool things with movement. Look, Eldari are so happy with their army rule. Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
All right.
Imperial Knights.
Oh, Imperial Knights. Hey, they're in the same boat as Chaos Knights.
They are.
Their army rule is a rule that exists.
It was so bad initially.
It was so bad. It's good. It's competitive. The detachments want it, but I don't think that it has been changed.
Yes.
Which is why it's there in A. I don't think it feels like Knights.
No.
I think it's just a rule that they gave them. I think Chaos Knights feel more in line with the army thematically.
They do.
Than Imperial Knights do. I don't think Imperial Knights rule is thematic at all.
No, it doesn't feel that way. It was in the index. Kill the warlord, get a buff.
Yeah, that was great.
But now it feels whack.
It does feel whack.
So
there are still things, right? Like there's a deed and then it's based and then your quality is when you whatever, but it's just so weird. It feels you may not get this.
Okay.
But somebody listening will. From an army rule standpoint,
okay.
Imperial Knights feel like they belong in Sigmar.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why?
It is Sigmar level weird shit.
Okay.
Of you can get this thing if you do this thing by this time, otherwise you'll get nothing. And it's just so weird.
Is it competitive?
Yeah, the buffs are good.
But it's a win more buff more than anything else.
I agree.
It's not it doesn't take you anywhere.
And that's kind of the problem with Knights, right? What buff are you going to give that profile?
Not without breaking
it. Isn't win more.
Remember when they initially reworked the detachment and all they did was give them a reroll to hit and to wound, and that jumped their win rate up 20%?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. For a single dice roll?
Yeah, it was for one extra dice reroll.
What? I honestly haven't even read this rule.
It's so weird.
It's just so convoluted.
Tell us about
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Convoluted. Okay, so you can either select, it's a code or an oath, which is it's called code chivalric, but then they call it an oath in the rule. So that's fun. It has two sections. You have your deed and your quality. You either pick one from the list or you randomly roll for two. Oh no, sorry. You can either select one or randomly select one. Why would you ever randomly pick one?
I don't know.
If I'm not randomly getting two, why would I do that?
And what's random about Imperial Knights ever? It's supposed to be a very specific thing.
So then the first time that your deed is completed, your oath is fulfilled. And until the end of the battle, your army becomes honored and you gain 2. That's the bonus. You get 2 CP, or if you randomly generated, you get 3.
Oh. So it's like old Votan?
Yeah, it's like old Votan. Yes, CP gained in this way are exempt from the core rules. Blah, 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 right?
Okay.
Um,
Do you think
it's
that
just
represents Imperial Knights well? I don't.
no, I don't.
Okay.
Like I don't think. Like I said, I don't think it represents 40k. This feels like Sigmar. If they're like, it's tough because Cities of Sigmar, which is what
Its own
used to be
thing.
Empire, their rule is very good. But if they had this rule, I would not bat an eye.
Okay. I'm going to put him into C tier then, near the bottom, because it doesn't feel like it represents it well. Sure, it's competitive. It doesn't necessarily, does it? Do you think it interacts with its detachments effectively? The stupid wall thing, well,
that's not their army rule. That's super heavy walker.
yeah, and it needed to be changed a
No?
lot. I'm just sticking it in C.
Yeah.
Because it's reasonably competitive.
Yeah. So your buffs are +2 move, +1 advance and charge, +1 OC, or I'm sorry, +2 OC, +1 leadership, or the reroll 1 hit roll, reroll 1 wound roll, and you just have to do different things based off of what deed you pick.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll put it in B.
Yeah, because you're gonna pick reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
That's fine. Great.
Yeah.
Astra
I don't like it.
Militarum. Moving on.
Astra Militarum. Okay, let's start off. It's completely different than the index.
It is. So we start in the trash.
Hey, maybe it's one of the most thematic.
It is. Absolutely. We move up to C. Giving orders is cool. So the rule is
Giving
officers give orders. Orders include plus movement, better at hitting things, better at saving things, etc.
Yep. That's it. And it's
cool.
Officers give orders. It's exactly what it should be, right?
Yeah. And it is a competitive rule.
It is a competitive rule.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every detachment benefits from it in some
benefits from it. There we go. Boom.
But it did need to be changed.
It did need to be changed.
It wasn't good.
Pretty heavily.
All right. On to the crons.
The crowns.
Did the crons get changed?
Yes.
What was it initially then?
Hang on.
Because they were like the third codex.
Oh, no, I guess it hasn't. Yeah. No, it's reanimation protocols. It's the same.
Starting in C, reanimation protocols they never needed to be changed. It represents the army to a T. It is very competitive, and it interacts with every one of its detachments.
Yeah, I guess in the same way that like GSC does, right? Because it's just that you want that thing.
Yeah, you just want to keep growing. It's not a mindless combat buff. It is a thematic buff, just like Grey Knights in the sense.
I think it's a mindless toughness buff.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you're not doing anything. You just go, oh, I've been hurt. Now I'm less hurt.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I will say that it is mindless in that aspect.
So mindless
because it's
but like it goes well like with AD
but AD would be good without it too.
Not nearly as
right. Like I don't think the detachments actually care because I think it's just a toughness thing. It's the same as Oath of Moment. It's just hit rerolls.
Yeah, it is just a toughness buff. So we'll say that it doesn't interact.
What really
interacts with one detachment?
What really burns my biscuits about it.
What about that?
Is that you can be battle shocked.
What do you mean?
You can heal battle shocked units. I think that's stupid.
It's one of those things that should change. I agree.
Yeah.
So
I think that's stupid.
Yeah. They haven't changed, but it is just a early edition mindless buff.
Yep. And it's the same thing, right? It's Space Marines, Necrons first codexes. Their rules feel very boring.
Yeah. There's nothing that makes you think about doing anything. Yeah, it's just a buff. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Orcs,
it's time to talk about the orcs, as all the orcs players would say.
Yes.
The WAWP has changed, but it's just a timing change.
Correct.
So it starts at C is not a true change.
Yep, not a true change.
It represents the army in
Well, hang
perfect.
on. Yeah, because you can't do it defensively anymore.
Correct. And it's top of player turn, not battle room.
It's your command phase. Yeah.
Yeah. So timing was shifted. That's it. Otherwise, the WOG has not changed.
Yeah.
It is the most army rule that's ever army ruled. Like, there's nothing
Hey.
more orc than wogging, right?
Correct. Dude, it's very strong.
And it's incredibly competitive. Like, the WOG turn on an orc, when the WOG turn hits, it doesn't matter who you are. If you get hit in the mouth, your jaw might come off.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and we've seen it, right? We saw it recently. It was LGT, and I think we saw it at LVO too, that like, and Bailey was talking about it because there was somebody up there this past weekend, right? That like people still play Bully Boys, and a lot of other people have forgotten what 2 WAs feels like.
It's the worst. Like,
And it, for you, feels horrible.
yeah. For them, it's awesome.
For them, it's crazy.
Now, here's the hard part about this one. It feels kind of like Necrons in the sense that it is just a cool buff. There are detachments that specifically deal with it, but then there's also detachments who couldn't care less about it.
Yeah. Dread Mob.
Yeah, Dread Mob and Tactical Brigade kind of look at WOG and go, whatever.
Kind of. I mean,
and the shooting one, Mordaka.
Mordaka does care about it because they get assault in the wall.
Oh, that's right. They get sustained too.
Because it changed.
Oh,
right,
assault.
because their rule changed. Tactical Brigade kind of cares about it because of commandos. And even Storm Boys, I guess, can punch pretty hard.
But
everything punches harder than it should.
But it's still so much less impactful in comparison.
It is, yeah. But like Dread Mob, you call WAW in the Dread Mob literally for an invul and nothing else.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna go. It's my go turn, and I'm gonna expose a bunch of army. So I'm gonna WOG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope I roll 5-ups on these Ludas in the open.
Pretty much. So,
and if you do, it's insane.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like.
So I do not believe that it interacts well with.
That's fair. I could see that.
I think if detachments had WOG buffs, it would be a different.
Yeah.
You know,
which Mordaka does,
but that's only one detachment.
I know.
Okay. Sisters.
Hey, it got changed
a lot,
like crazy.
So we're stuck in the trash can.
It's still insanely good.
Oh man, is it competitive? It's so strong.
I will say, and Sisters players, bear with me here, as like one of my teammates plays Sisters, and I get it. Black and white miracle dice are broken.
Always. Like
it is insane. It's insane in a dice game to be able to have the ability to say, I am not going to roll this dice. It is just the thing that I need is insane. That is busted. That should not exist.
Tangential here.
Now.
What?
If they didn't have it, they would be unplayable.
Completely. Yeah, it would be awful.
Now, I think that is a deeper design problem.
It is. Because miracle dice, as they are, not good. From a gameplay standpoint.
Okay. Are they competitive? Yes.
Yes.
Are they thematic? Yes. You are literally praying and performing miracles.
Uh-huh.
It's up there with one of the most thematic.
Yes, it is.
It does feel very Sisters.
And I believe that it interacts with its detachments quite well.
It does. There are multiple detachments with stratagems that use them, with enhancements that care about them. Like there's all kinds of stuff. It is very good. Sisters are super cool. Yeah.
They have
deeper design problems.
On the note about dice, I believe that if you go against any opponent with like old or just a set of basic Chessex dice of like a solid color D6s, those dice are going to be hot every time, is what I've learned playing Warhammer. I've never not seen those dice roll like fucking gods. So
well, and especially if you roll up, let's say, I've had this experience, and now I know you have. You roll up to the table. It's some like 45-plus-year-old dude. He breaks out his 3 bricks of Chessex dice and opens the cap.
But yeah. But yeah.
He still has the plastic for them.
Yeah. And this, like, it's
Those
faded
things,
and, like...
it's faded. It's yellow. The plastic's yellow. The dice come out. They're hot. He's rolling 4s all day.
Or they come up with, like, a plastic bag that they've owned for 30 years. A Ziploc bag. Those dice are cooked.
It's Ziploc. Yeah, it's a Ziploc bag that doesn't say Ziploc anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's they don't make them in that style anymore. Like it's rough.
I'm talking to you, Josiah.
Yeah, those dice are nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. The first time I remember really experiencing it was at Bailey's GT, where Josiah beat me with his World Eaters, where that man could not roll 6s. So, and just so you know, Josiah, I have one of your Chessex dice in my box now. I think I randomly picked one up on accident. It still rolls 6s real good. So,
and no, you cannot have it back.
That's mine forever. I'll give you one of my Baron of Dice instead. They're balanced.
They are.
Look, Space Wolves are Space Marines.
I do love me Baron of Dice.
Space Marines are sure. Let's talk about Tau.
Let's talk about Tau. Start them in the trash. It got changed.
Because they had
3 times.
Changed a lot.
3 or 4 times. It's been changed. The point is, it's been changed. It is thematic.
It is. Agreed. Because it's, spotters, go. Spotters, go.
It does not interact with the detachments well.
No, it does not. In fact, it just feels superfluous.
It just feels, it's just extra, right? Like, Montcalm wants to be close. Actually counterintuitive to marking.
Yep. Completely.
Kalyan wants to wait until the end of the turn, or until the end of the game. Also, your markers are probably dead.
Yep. Especially at that point.
And then there's 2 Kroot detachments that don't use it at all.
Not even a little bit. So, terrible in that sense.
But it is thematic.
It is.
The armies that do use it, it is competitive. +1 and ignore cover. Very good.
It is. But it's only really good.
And it was changed
with Kalyun, right?
It's literally only good. It's good less than half of the time. Yes,
okay,
I'm
going to say it doesn't meet the brief.
I think that's fair. Like Retaliation Cadre maybe uses it, but nobody plays that.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Kalyan needs it. Montcalm uses it, but doesn't really need it. They're only going to use it once. And then Experimental doesn't use it, and Kroot Carnivore doesn't use it. Kroot Hunting Pack doesn't use it.
So it's almost in the trash.
It's close. Good thing it feels thematic.
Good thing it feels thematic. We got there.
We almost threw it away.
I feel like Tau need almost like a guard detachment where it's orders. Because they're a very heavily militarized state, it feels. Some kind of ordering system would, I think, be better. And you could even include the T's and C's of, like, a unit chooses to order them to do a thing rather than this spotting mechanic, which has been awful the entire edition.
Yeah.
So
I will say, I mean, it's thematic because it feels like Tau in the way that it makes sense that it's Tau's rule.
Right.
But having read a couple of the Tau novels, it's less thematic.
Interesting. Okay.
But that's kind of also just the army as a whole. Like, ethereals are like congressmen. They don't fight.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
There was one that did, and that was the whole point. And he doesn't have a model or rules anymore because he's dead. Like, that's super weird.
Yeah. I think there would be.
They shouldn't.
Yeah. I feel like there could be room for a ethereal versus combatant style army rule too. Like, that would be kind of cool. Or something like that where
And there used to be stuff like that, which was kind of nice, where it was like ethereals have this table and they do this thing. But
this
yeah,
spotting
I
shit
don't know.
just isn't.
Yeah, it could very much be the orders thing because they have different,
They're different
like,
styles.
they have different, classes or clades. Like, they could very easily do that.
Just something different.
Something different.
And I respect that they tried to make Tau a very unique army in that sense, because nothing else is even remotely trying to do that. So I can
Yeah.
respect that at least, but it just doesn't do what it needs.
No, it doesn't. And they didn't give me a combat crisis suit, so I'm upset.
I feel like something that is mediocre at combat and not just bad would be fine. Which I guess is the recruit dudes, right?
The Rampagers are pretty good. But canonically, there are melee crisis suits.
Yeah, his name is what the guy with, right? The main character?
Yeah, Farsight.
That's
Yeah.
him. Mr.
But there's also like
Rosebush or whatever.
there are people in his enclave that also fight. Like, we could have gotten even a mediocre melee unit.
Just a crisis suit with a knife, you know?
That's
Something.
it. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Or like let one of them take a power sword of some kind, or a punch of some kind,
Which was a 9th edition thing.
Yeah. One thing. It's enough. Anyway, let's stop complaining about Tau and move on to the nerds who have not changed.
Not enough for me to remember it.
No. It's just been, so their rule is the Shadows of the Warp, right?
Yeah, and Synapse, right?
Yeah, Synapse, Shadow of the Warp. I can't tell you what Synapse does.
Synapse is they roll 3 dice for leadership if they're in Synapse range.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
And they get +1 strength in melee.
Hooray. I think that's new. That was a change.
The strength in melee is a change, yes.
Okay, so we start at the bottom.
Yeah, the strength buff is a change.
Yeah, because they needed it really bad.
They did. The 3d6 on Battle Shock, whatever.
Does it actually interact with its detachments?
I don't know. No?
I don't think so.
No?
No, it doesn't. Oh, God.
I will say it's one of the weird ones. Similar, I think, a little bit better than Space Marines on the thematic front, but still, like, kind of phoned in. Where I get what they were going for, because they're going for the, like, hive mind. You're close to the leaders, so you're a little bit smarter or whatever. But how it actually plays out doesn't feel right.
No, it feels weird.
And so, like, you can see where they tried to make it thematic, and I think it just kind of falls flat on the table. So, like, I'll give it to them because you can see that they tried.
Yeah. It's a unique
just
rule. It didn't work out so well for them.
It's just not what it could have been.
Oh, they're hanging out with Tau. How sad.
Because I've said it a lot, and it's going to be my thing. It's going to be the thing I say about Shadows of the Warp until it gets changed, which is next edition. Shadows of the Warp either does nothing
or too much,
or it wins you the game.
Yeah.
Which means more than half the time, it does nothing.
Yeah. And for half of the game, all the other stuff does nothing. It doesn't do anything until you're in Synapse range in melee, which is dependent on T's and C's. Oh,
I think it hangs out right there.
Hanging out with the Tau.
Hanging out with the Tau. The 2 T's, you know? Hey, it's the T's and C's.
T's and C's.
Okay.
We're going to rename it. Terms and conditions.
Oh.
And then this is
okay.
The sweet babies.
Oh, the sweet babies. My sweet babies.
All right, let's talk about the leagues.
It makes me sad that Drukhari aren't there, but that's okay.
And they're not. They're close.
It's okay. Demons were my first love of the edition and last, so
yeah,
it's okay. Hey, Votann, they got so many changes.
So many changes.
Like, it's not even close to the same anymore. It doesn't even have the same name anymore.
Index, it changed in the codex. Like, yeah, they just haven't been able to get it right.
It could not be more different.
Could not be.
Couldn't possibly be more different. Hey, you tell me, because nobody here plays them. Is it good?
Yes, I think it's quite competitive.
Okay.
I
Step
believe
1.
that these tokens, they did a really good job designing this rule, in my opinion. The only thing that I don't agree with is that it's just you get to a point where they just generate so fast it doesn't matter. So I think that's problematic in and of itself. But from a competitive standpoint, it offers bonuses and advantages in 2 different areas of the game at different times, and it is possible to shift between them to a degree if you are on the if you know how to spend them. It works well with every detachment because
Okay.
every detachment's stratagems utilize the tokens.
Okay. So that's a bump.
That's a bump.
I will say it feels significantly less thematic than the oaths did, the grudge tokens did.
I listened to the Adeptus Ridiculous Leagues of Votan. So I did
Okay.
learn a little bit about the lore of the leagues. And what I learned about the leagues is that they are very much like late stage capitalism. And these tokens are, you're expending them, these points you've gained from holding objectives, which is quite literally commodities, buying and selling commodities. So I think it's actually very thematic with the army.
Okay.
It just isn't grudge tokens, which is where they started. That's all.
It is certainly where they started, which I guess grudge tokens feel like dwarves.
Correct. But not like Leagues of
And
Votan.
right, Leagues of Votan like are dwarves, but they don't feel like dwarves.
Yeah. They're just short dudes, I think.
They're just short dudes. Short kings, even.
Short kings. So it interacts with its attachment. So it just needed to be changed. That's the only thing. Otherwise, I think it's a very well designed army rule. I like it a lot. It's a little more complex. Like the Imperial Eldari now is effectively what people are like comparing them to because of all the little tricks that they can do. They are power armor, but like not quite power armor. And it's interesting. So I think they're a cool faction. I'm all for it.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, we're back at Chaos.
Oh, we're back. Okay. The World Eaters detachment starts trash because they changed.
Oh,
They changed a ton.
it was just so aggressive.
World Eaters are aggressive.
Yeah, they're okay. So yes, their detachment rule changed.
Yes.
Or their army rule changed.
Significantly so.
Pretty significantly. But man, is it good still.
Oh, it's so competitive. It's such a great army rule.
And god damn it if it doesn't feel like corn.
It is corn and it inspire like there, and it is uniquely corn too. Because there are no other detachments that actually copy that.
Nope. And it's not it's corn, but it's not like it's not a mindless combat buff.
Right.
Right?
It's a choice system.
It's a choice system. There are different buffs that are usable in different scenarios, and you do actually need to think about it.
And you have to roll dice to get there.
And you have to roll dice to get there. I think it is very well designed. I understand the on paper nerfs that it got going into the codex, but if you look at the codex in a vacuum and forget that the index existed, it's really good.
Okay. I agree. I think World Eaters are fun. They're super well designed, and their biggest issue has been a point problem for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
But they're doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, they're doing great.
They're feeling pretty good.
Yeah. They're a well-designed army. So, cool.
They are.
Now it's time to talk about moving left to right. We'll work our way up from the bottom.
Moving left to right.
Look, the Imperial agents are there.
Move them to the right.
I did.
Move them down. We did it.
We did it. You know what? It's fine.
Oh, you can't.
I can't remove them from the field anymore. All right. Terms and conditions here for the Tau.
I think that's right.
And the Tyranids. So you think Tau is better than
I think
Tyranids?
Tau, as an army rule, I think it is more impactful than Tyranids.
I agree, because Shadows of the Warp can suck a toe. It's just not great.
Well, maybe that it's right. Maybe it's not more impactful if you think about the times that Shadows of the Warp impacts the game, but marker lights are more impactful more often.
Agreed. All right. Let's get into the B tier for boring, because that's what all these armies are.
Okay, so do we want to say that the far left is the most boring.
The best boring.
The best boring. Okay. The best. No. I mean, I guess from a if we look purely from a competitive standpoint, yes, Space Marines are the best of the boring.
They are the best of the boring.
Which I guess that's what we're doing at this point is
Yeah.
which ones are better on the table.
Correct.
So yes, Space Marines are the best of the boring.
But I will say
after
because the Black Templars actually might be the best of the boring
because it actually has versatility.
Yeah, there's more versatility. The data sheets support. They have all the reroll hits, and it only needed the +1 to wound to be very effective.
Mm-hmm.
So
how do you feel about Thousand Suns then? Because Thousand Suns get to break the rules, and that's always a good thing.
Damn it, Thousand Suns are the best of the boring.
Okay.
They are
annoying. Imperial Knights worst of the boring.
Worst of the boring by a long shot.
Man,
then everyone else.
That
is
army
just
rule
there.
makes me sad. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay, let's get into the A for amazing.
Amazing. Okay.
All right. So who is the worst of the amazing?
Chaos Knights.
100%. We weren't sure what to do with it, so it goes.
Yeah. It goes there. Oh, this is such a big. It's so hard. Yeah.
Sadly, Orcs comes second to last.
Yeah, I think you could put Necrons down there too.
I agree. Because
I actually think Necrons might be second to last, and Orcs would be third.
Yeah, I think you're right. That makes sense because
well, shit.
Because Necrons could just be
Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights rule might just be better
than Necrons.
Yeah.
So you think Necrons are truly the bottom
for army rule only?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's just add dudes.
Regardless. It's just add dudes, get a wound or 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
This is where it gets interesting. I think Gene Stealer Cult is the next one. Nope.
Oof. I was actually gonna do something different.
Oh,
but okay.
What do you think?
I was thinking about putting Eldar at the top.
I agree. They are always awesome.
From a gameplay standpoint, they are the most versatile, and all of their options are good.
Yeah. From the most boring standpoint, I think Custodes are going to.
Yes. The only thing I think might be in contention is if Sisters are better, but I don't think so because Sisters are only looking at dice rolls, and Eldar are doing a bunch of stuff. So Sisters might be 2.
Yeah. Just because Miracle Dice are amazing.
I think Orcs are better. I think the Orc army rule is better than Custodes.
It is. You're right. From a straight army rule standpoint, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eaters need to be near the top.
They need to be close, yeah.
I'm going to put them third. The Mechanicus is interesting.
Unfortunately, Death Guard is kind of mindless.
Yeah, you don't even have to try very hard.
No, it's an aura, and that aura grows while you play the game.
Boring.
On the table, yes, it's better than Orcs, but you don't do anything.
I think Leagues of Votann and Drukhari need to be next to each other because they each have tokens and spend those tokens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they are very close to Eaters.
I would put I think Militarum are fine where they are.
Agreed.
I would put Drukhari in front of Votann, but that's only because I know what the unit abilities are.
Yeah, they have more expressly unique iterations. The only thing is the Leagues of Votann have a stronger case for detachment functionality.
Okay.
Because they are so many detachments specifically utilize like this number of tokens for this thing, for this stratagem, But it's a tie between them as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
It's an incredibly similar mechanic.
I think Gene Stealers is better than Admech.
Yeah. I think Admech is
from a
rule combat buffs when it comes down to it.
Yeah. I think that seems fine.
Now for the real topic. Sweet babies. Who is the top of the sweet babies?
It's demons.
It is demons. You're right.
Tell me it's not demons.
It is.
Get out of here.
This is the correct order. Chaos.
Whoa.
Sorry, my bad.
There it is.
My bad.
There it
There we
is.
go.
That's the right order.
There it goes. The Chaos Demon is a awesome army rule, period, end of story. Chaos Space Marines and Grey Knights, I believe, are tied. Chaos Space Marines because there's a cost and a randomness associated with it, whereas Grey Knights just fits. It just fits good.
It fits and it just plays the hell out of the game.
Yeah. Yes.
But like Chaos Demons, man, they're perfect on every front, really. Chaos Demons in the same vein as God, I don't even remember who we were talking about. It's a points problem.
It is.
And it always has been for them. It's been a points problem. They just can't quite get their points right. They'll get like half the codex right, and then they'll change something else. And like they haven't been able to balance the whole thing at any point. But from an army rule, amazing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sweet, sweet babies. All right, I'm going to stop our share. Okay. So that was our tier list for army rules specifically. We will post a no context version of that picture in the places. Hope
People are gonna
hate it.
incite some shit.
Yeah. I think that this was a good 65 out of 100 on our ability to create a tier list that has logic associated with it. For we just kind of jumped around and made shit up along the way.
But I think we added logic.
We did
as we went on.
All right, 68. Sorry, 60.
Come on,
67.
No,
no, that's what the kids say now. There's 67. Sorry.
Yeah. So from what my kid tells me, that means nothing.
It means whatever they want it to mean at this stage. There was an initial meeting, but then like it's just kind of changed.
Okay, but tell me it's not 69.
It's 69%. We did it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We'll try a better tier list next time. Maybe we'll just actually rank the armies. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. Or do a bunch of baby tier lists based on detachments for the specific.
Ooh. Oh, we could also do random shit. We could do like best walkers.
Oh, yeah. So
like best. Oh, you know what we should do? We should do best mounted units because mounted is the worst keyword.
I like that plan. In fact, what do you guys think? You let us know. Give us a comment. Tell us which ridiculous tier list you would like to see, and we will work our way through them with some better logic than here.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We welcome all your comments, your questions, concerns, and topic requests. If there's anything you want to see in terms of cool paint, check out Benningfield Painting. If you want some cool dice, go to Baron of Dice using YAWP at checkout. And if you want to hear me rant on TikTok, you can find me at All Day 40K. We'll see you the next time.
We'll see you around.